Let's go. Another Arkansas film study? Yes, the Hogs should be 3-1. Instead, they're 2-2. And I've got to talk about this Arkansas offense again. And I know the story of this team is Sam Pittman. And I know the story of this team more so is Barry Odom and Arkansas coming back. But I am loving what I'm seeing from Kendall Briles and the offense. So one thing I really like about this Arkansas offense is obviously huge improvement from Felipe Franks and Treylon Burks' emergence as one of the best players in college football. So obviously this play here was just made by Franks, moving outside the pocket, great arm strength, first down Arkansas. But this is the drive I really want to break down before we get to the pass. And I always want you to remember this when you're watching film. Don't just focus on the end result of the play. Focus on the full context of the play. And this is my favorite thing about Arkansas, is that they've learned something a lot like 2019 LSU learned, is that it's so important to keep the same personnel on the field. It gives you so many different advantages as an offense, including this. So, this is 1st and 10, and in just a moment, we're going to show you that crazy Treylon Burks catch. And by the way, shout out to my dear friend in Fayetteville, Jacob Christopher Rankin. He was the one that asked me to do another film study today, and that's why I'm doing this today. And I'm actually going to be in Fayetteville next weekend. I'm definitely going to hit up that Foghorns by Bomb. This is what I love. Ole Miss tried to substitute when Arkansas, after this crazy Treylon Burks throw and catch from Franks, they just get to the line of scrimmage and run this play. And normal Arkansas and normal old school thought of football is, okay, we just had a big gain on first down. Let's just pound it up the middle. No. Not only does Arkansas get this offsides penalty or too many people on the field penalty, they're able to get a good chunk of yardage on first down. So when you go fast, this is a free play. Because if you could snap the ball with players still on the field, no matter what happens here on first down, let's just say this play breaks off for a touchdown. Well, you decline the penalty. Or let's just say there's an interception. You accept the penalty. So going fast has so many options, and even if they did get off the field, this is a really good gain on first down. Play action. Frank sees plenty of room here on zone coverage, pitch and catch. So it is 2nd down and 4. Arkansas actually decides to take the penalty. Lane Train is very upset. So Arkansas takes it. And as you can see here, pretty cool stuff. So at the end of the video, I actually didn't watch this game while it happened. I was able to catch the 4th quarter. I went to a really, really cool event yesterday in Benton, Arkansas. Okay? And I'm going to break all of that down later. And just to give you a little preview, look at that, Alex Collins. I'm going to give you a better shot later. So anyway, Arkansas decides to take this penalty. It is 1st and 10 or 1st and 5. And they decide to run the football here. And Felipe Franks should have kept this. What happened was there was a run stunt. And this defensive end crashed down. If a defensive end ever crashes down, the right move every time is to keep the football. So you lose some yardage here on 1st and 5 after the penalty. So instead, it is 2nd and 7. And Arkansas, even though it's the 4th quarter, this is something I love from coaching staffs, because a lot of coaches would be in this situation, would get very conservative, because obviously a field goal makes this a 9-point game. So obviously turning the football over is a bad thing, but Arkansas also knows that getting a touchdown is so much more valuable than getting a field goal. So instead of just playing conservative and burning a lot of the play clock, Arkansas continues to go fast because they feel like Ole Miss is on the ropes. Now, Trelon Smith was a guy that I was critical of last week in the film study, and I want you to see this. If you watched the film study last week, you know that we pointed this out last week. This is really good receiver coaching. Mike Woods did this exact same thing. Look, he is pointing at the defensive back, acting as if this is a pass play, basically saying, look, I'm in man coverage. Throw it to me. So that lets this DB know to communicate to the safety that this is more than likely going to be a pass. But it's not a pass, as many of you know. Instead, it is a run. And I was very critical of Treylon last week. I want you to watch what he learned. And this is a sign of good coaching. Not only this, but this right here. So it's a fake counter, and this is just a really well-designed play. You fake running this way, and then you go opposite your strength call with your tight end countering here. So this is a really good cut. Treylon sees that all the leverage is here to the outside, to the play side. Last week we showed you how he made not one but two mistakes by bouncing it. But look at what this young man learned to do. Just cut it upfield. And when he cut back to the backside, look at how hard he hits this hole. Boom! And a great finish on the run. And I'm going to show you why this is critical. This is the play before the crazy Treylon Burks touchdown. And this is really good patient running. He sees three guys here, so he knows more than likely on this backside. And I'm going to go ahead and play it for you full speed. He knows that this backside hole is probably going to be open. That's really good patient running, and that's not wasting any time getting upfield. Last week he danced around, bounced to the outside. Watch it one more time. Really, really good work right here. This is learning from your mistakes, people. So why is this huge? Why are these yards huge? Well, remember, anytime you discuss a play, you have to discuss everything. Time and place. So look, it's 3rd and 1, right? Ole Miss here is expecting another run. Okay? Because it's 3rd and 1. Arkansas ran on 1st and 5 and on 2nd and 7. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Once again, I hate burning clock in this situation. Time is not really a factor. 7:45 is still plenty of time left to go. But by going run on 1st and 2nd down, guess what you get? Man coverage on the outside. Now, obviously, this ends up being a low percentage play that actually works itself out because Treylon Burks is a freak of nature. I mean, just look at that. And I know the footage is kind of choppy. I just found the quickest YouTube video. But let's talk about this play because remember, plays don't exist in the vacuum. Okay? Let's go all the way back here. Now, here's the thing. If you bounce it and you just run directly into these defenders, guess what happens? It's 3rd and about 8. So if it's 3rd and 8, you're not going to get man coverage. You're going to get soft zone. But because our boy Treylon cut this sucker upfield and got to right here, this opened up a wide variety of options you could have on offense. Because 3rd and 1 is a lot different than 3rd and 8 in that you don't have to just play for the field goal. So let's just say that this Treylon Burks touchdown is an incomplete pass. Guess what? You have 4th and 1, and you can go for it. Or you can kick a chip shot field goal to make it a 9-point game. I like to go for it in that situation simply because 4th and 1 is a very favorable down. A lot of you would say kick the field goal and go up by 9. But because the run was so good on 2nd down, just take a look at this box. If you're Arkansas, you are salivating when you see this slot corner going up against your receiver in press man coverage, this is exactly what you want. Play action fake. Everybody sells out. So you know that this back corner is going to be open if you throw a good ball. And yes, there's a lot of pressure. But because of the play action fake and the respect to the run, you're able to make a good touchdown throw such as that one. So, yes, the focus should be that ridiculous touchdown catch. It's probably going to be the play of the year for Arkansas. It's that ridiculous as you watch replays. But it is what led up to it. The high football IQ. 1st and 10. You run a play quickly. You get too many men on the field. You decide to take the penalty instead of the 6-yard gain. So you get 1st and 5. That's good high IQ football. 1st and 5. You run a play, it gets stuffed. Guess what you do? On 2nd down, you do what the defense thinks you're not going to do, and you run it again. Treylon makes a better cut than what he did last week against Auburn in those critical moments. And then it sets up a 3rd and 1. And only because this was 3rd and 1 were you able to get man coverage and throw a ball into the corner of the end zone like that. Okay? Crazy one-handed grab. But let's say that pass is incomplete. Guess what? You had the decision and the potential to go for it on 4th and 1 or kick a reasonable field goal. That is really, really smart football. That is really good coaching from Sam Pittman and really good play calling from Kendall Briles. So there was actually another offensive drive that I wanted to break down that was very similar to last week's Auburn's film study, but instead of going run, Arkansas decided to go pass to close out the game, and it should have worked. But I wanted to break that down. I just couldn't find the footage of that drive on YouTube, so I just want to hurry up and post this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to my friends in Benton at the Benton Event Center. I picked up this Alex Collins rookie card for 25 cents, which was pretty cool. Actually got a lot of good cards for under $20. This is actually one of my favorite cards. I didn't get it at the show. If y'all are interested, I am willing to part ways with this Bobby Portis autograph PSA 10. So slide in my DMs if you're interested. This one is probably going to get stashed away in my personal collection. I just want to show you guys. My friend and yours, Daniel Gafford from El Dorado to Pound. PSA 10 Auto Prism. But, you know, it was cool. It was like a bunch of cool vendors from all around the country there. And I think there's a impressive show coming up in Fayetteville in a few weeks. I don't have the details. But anyway, I'll be in Fayetteville next weekend. I am loving what I'm seeing from Arkansas football. And if you guys want to keep seeing some more film studies, comment below. And obviously, you know, I do LSU. I just hit 1,000 subscribers on my LSU YouTube channel. But I love Arkansas. I grew up in the state. Not from Arkansas, but I grew up there. And yeah, I really, really love it. And when I was doing sports radio in Arkansas, it just drove me crazy that people thought that when I was critical of Chad Morris every single day, that I was being critical because I was being negative for a reason or just to get a rise out of people. I wasn't. They were just that bad. When criticism is warranted, I'm going to give it, especially if it's millionaire coaches committing robbery like our boy Chad Morris did at Arkansas. So, I'm sorry. And I know that's not easy to digest, but now that you see that there is good coaching, you see it. Like last week, I wasn't trying to be critical of Trelon Smith. It's just these little things. If you fix them, you win so many games, and that's what Arkansas has done so far, and you saw it for yourself. If you watch last week, you see the improvement, and you see that run won Arkansas the game against Ole Miss. Now, the defense mainly did, but, that touchdown kind of not necessarily sealed it, but getting a touchdown in that situation instead of settling for a field goal is so huge. So, hope you guys see that. Did I miss something? Am I wrong with any of my analysis? I'm always learning new things about this crazy sport we all love. So, give me a comment below. If you guys want, I actually did a film breakdown of the fake punt and what Arkansas is doing on defense. If you want me to post that, I didn't include it in this video because, I don't want you guys. I want you guys to enjoy your week. It would be a long film study. But if you want me to post it, comment below and let me know. Okay. Thank you guys so much. And if you have a message personal to me, I am at Carter the Power on all social medias. Okay. Boom. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh yeah, greatest quarterback of all time. You know it. Let's go. Let's go.